J-pop, Japanese pop, traces its roots back to Kyo-kyoku, a style of Japanese popular music that developed between the 1920s and 1980s. After World War II, Japan was heavily influenced by Western music, particularly jazz and rock and roll. In the 1960s, bands like the Beatles inspired Japanese groups such as the Tigers and the Spiders, sparking the birth of the group sounds era. However, the term J-pop only became widely used in the 1990s, especially with the rise of radio stations like J-Wave, which began labeling this new, modern, youth-oriented style of music as J-pop. The 1980s marked a musical revolution in Japan. The introduction of synthesizers and electronic sounds, alongside Western influences, transformed traditional pop. Artists such as Seiko Matsuda, Hikaru Genji, and Yumi Matsutoya, aka Yumi, dominated the charts. This decade also saw the rise of idol singers, young entertainers with polished, charismatic images who not only sang but also acted and appeared on TV. The idol system became a highly efficient star-making machine, a model that still shapes the J-pop industry today. The term J-pop solidified in the 1990s thanks to the success of artists like Naomi Amuro, Globe, TRF, and especially Hikaru Utada, whose debut album First Love, 1999, became the best-selling album in Japanese history. Record labels and media outlets began using J-pop to differentiate this Western-influenced sound from traditional Kyo-kyoku. It was also the decade that saw the rise of Avex Trax and Johnny and Associates, companies that would dominate the scene with boy idol groups like SMAP, V6, and Erasure. The J-pop industry is highly centralized and organized. Talent agencies like Johnny's Entertainment, Hello! Project, and AKS recruit youth at an early age and train them in singing, dancing, and acting. These agencies have complete control over their artists' promotion, public image, and sometimes even personal lives. Major record labels and TV networks have close ties with these agencies, making it difficult for independent artists to break into the mainstream. One of J-pop's most distinct features is its idol culture. Idols are seen as role models and cultivate a pure, approachable image. They form tight connections with fans through handshake events, photo sessions, checky, and small-scale concerts. This creates an intense and often obsessive fandom. Groups like AKB48 have taken this to the extreme, allowing fans to vote on which members will appear on singles, leading to deep emotional and financial investment from supporters. J-pop has strong ties to otaku culture, especially through anisun, anime songs. Many J-pop singers gained fame by performing anime themes. Notable examples include Lisa, Demon Slayer, Yui, Bleach, Fullmetal Alchemist, and TM Revolution, Gundam Seed. Visual K-bands and J-rock artists have also crossed into J-pop territory through anime. This synergy between music and animation has helped globalize J-pop by reaching international anime audiences. During the 2000s and 2010s, J-pop diversified significantly. Subgenres like City Pop Revival, Kawaii Future Bass, and J-indie emerged. Groups like Perfume, with their techno-pop style produced by Yasutaka Nakata, pushed stylistic boundaries. A new generation of singer-songwriters and bands, such as Radwimps, Amer, and Yosobi, gained creative control over their music. Platforms like YouTube and Nico Nico enabled independent artists to gain visibility outside of traditional talent agency systems. While J-pop and K-pop share similarities, idols, choreographies, stylized aesthetics, K-pop has been much more aggressive in pursuing global expansion. J-pop has historically focused more on the domestic market. K-pop invests heavily in trilingual training, global streaming, and international collaborations, whereas J-pop maintains a distinctly Japanese identity. This has given K-pop greater global popularity, although J-pop retains strong international niches, especially among anime fans in Europe, the US, and Latin America. Female artists have played a central role in shaping J-pop. From Seiko Matsuda to Ayumi Hamasaki, Boa, Utada Hikaru, and Amer, women have defined trends and social movements. Female idols often face more pressure than their male counterparts, having to uphold strict standards of purity, aesthetics, and behavior. However, many have broken the mold, such as Nana Mizuki, one of the first voice actresses to fill stadiums as a singer, showing the growing power of women in the industry. J-pop continues to evolve. A new generation of artists is breaking away from traditional molds. Virtual projects like Hatsune Miku and literature-inspired units like Yosobi are exploring new formats. J-pop is also adapting better to global markets through streaming platforms and international collaborations. While it remains less expansive than K-pop, J-pop's cultural richness, aesthetic diversity, and deep roots in Japanese identity ensure it remains a unique and continuously renewing musical phenomenon.